What's up, YouTube? It's James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this start of the week, Monday. I'm doing pretty good myself. If you guys saw the video that I did Saturday about the Texas twins who escaped their abusive mother and her boyfriend, they tortured those children. But I said in that video that if you don't come across stories where the parents are mistreating the children, then you come across stories where children are mistreating the parents. That's just what it is now in this day and age. Everybody that's related to you don't mean they love you, okay? That's just what it is. We often take for granted that people that we're related to automatically love us. A lot of them don't. And oftentimes they show signs when they really don't. Most of the times, the signs, happen to be, it could be envy. Basically, that's what it boils down to. For lack of control over you, of not being able to obtain something that they want from you, or what have you, Yeah, but it's envy. These are people that you have to part ways with. That's just what it is. Regardless if you love them or not, if they're not returning that same kind of love back to you, then you have to part ways with them. They're no good. They can cause you a lot of trouble. They can even cause you your freedom. They can cause you your life if you ain't careful. As in this particular story right here. Teenage girl allegedly had her mom killed in Baton Rouge murder plot. Suspects held without bond. Okay. This woman right here that you see right here, she's Markeisha Stone. That's her name. Now, to get into the story right here, it says, this happened in Baton Rouge, by the way. 2 teenagers are facing charges after a 16-year-old girl allegedly had her mom killed late Wednesday night. The victim, identified as 33-year-old Markeisha Stone, was shot multiple times at the Highland Club Apartments on Jefferson Highway around 11 p.m. Wednesday. Officials said she was taken to a hospital, but later died of her injuries. All right. Deputies found the suspect killer, a 16-year-old boy, near the home where the shooting happened. The sheriff's office says he confessed to the killing, but claimed that a 16-year-old girl convinced him to carry out the shooting. The suspects were identified in court Friday as Jermaine Lewis and Dwayne Barfield. The court hearings were rescheduled for December 5th and November 9th, respectively, and they will remain jailed until then. WBRZ learned Thursday night that Stone is the mother of Lewis. Sources said Stone's eldest child took the hit out on her mother after an apparent argument over where she should live. All right. Now, I don't understand how that can lead to you want to take a hit out on your mom and having her murdered. You see what I'm saying? A lot of these people are just demonic, man. I'm telling you, they're no good. Ain't nothing you can do about that except part ways from them. That's just they on one side and you on the other. Very, very sad story, man. You can't even be a parent and administer proper discipline, and guidance in this day and age without having to worry about some kind of retaliation. I don't know what was taking place, but over an argument, there's just no excuse for what this 16-year-old girl did. And of course, just because she's 16 years old, they're hiding her identity. Just like with the murderer who pulled the trigger. Both of them 16 years old. As far as I'm concerned, they should be identified to the public. And that's just what it is. In conclusion here, it says both teens were booked into East Baton Rouge Juvenile Detention Center. Barfield was booked for second-degree murder and for possessing a weapon as a juvenile, and Lewis was booked as a principal to second-degree murder. Okay? That's what happened. This girl had her mother's life took just like that, man. This 33-year-old woman right here. I saw another story to where Miss Markeisha Stone here, her brother said that she was a very, very good parent, and she kept her children in line, and hey, that's what you're supposed to do. But obviously, her 16-year-old daughter didn't want to remain in line. So maybe, just maybe, being that they said that the argument was about where the 16-year-old should live, her mom probably was ready to put her ass out. That's probably what that was all about. I don't know, because they didn't really go into much detail about it, but it would have been befitting if that were the case, because if the 16-year-old can't abide by the mother's rules, then she's supposed to be out regardless. But now she got a permanent place to live, and she got a long time to think about what she did, because this was actually a heinous crime that you would do this to your own mother. As far as I'm concerned, both of them, 16 or not, the plotter and the one who pulled the trigger, should get capital punishment for what they did to this woman. And that's just what it is. Back in the ancient days of the Hebraic way, that's exactly what would have happened. They would have been taken before the elders in a courtyard and would have been stoned to death for what they did to this woman. See, that's just what it is. She could have at least ran away. Be a runaway if you can't listen to what your parents say. Don't sit up here and do nothing like this. Now you got a stain on your soul forever until the Most High gathers you up and put whatever judgment that he puts on you. Whatever judgment. That's just what it is. I'll say this. If you can't get along with a relative, that goes for anybody, but I'm talking about relatives now. Part ways with them. Part ways with them. If you catch them on more than one occasion with the evil eye towards you, part ways from them. They're not worth dealing with. If they're acting like a nigga in the street that that don't like you instead of a loving family member that they are supposed to be, then guess what? You need to part ways with them. Part ways with them. Don't have nothing to do with them. Because believe it or not, a relative that would act that way to you is nothing better than trash. There's nothing but trash. They ain't even worth your life. They ain't worth your time, because they can cause you to do some time. They could even cause you your life if you ain't careful. Condolences to this woman's family, and I would like to say rest in peace, but I don't know how she resting. You know what I'm saying? We hear that a lot, but you don't know. Behind these circumstances right here, this woman probably ain't resting in peace. Who knows? But I want you guys to tell me what you think about this particular story. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts, views, and opinions on it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And people, please remember to live your life as though we're being watched. Simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.